So a few days ago, I was reflecting on the goals I achieved, the goals I set out to obviously achieve. And I was reflecting on how far I've come. And then I realized that I've never worked a 9 to 5 in my life. And that was strange to me because it's kind of the norm. You go to high school, you study something at university, and then you go and you do something that you'll specialize in. And then you'll do somewhat of a 9 to 5. So that's the norm. And then I realized even from the beginning, when I was in high school, I was already breaking the rules. And in some weird sort of way, I became a professional trader. And even though I don't work a 9 to 5, I find that being a business owner, being a trader, you actually work 24/7. And I enjoy it actually. But other than that, I hear a lot of things about people saying they want to quit their 9 to 5, and when they trade, they want to quit their 9 to 5. But I find that if you're smart, you will balance out a 9 to 5 and something else that you're trying to learn a high income skill with. And if you can balance those two, you'll find that there's freedom in that. Now, a little bit of a backstory or information. So I've never worked a 9 to 5, but I've always had part-time jobs, right? So I started out with a part-time job while I was studying at college, and I was a receptionist. And while I was a receptionist, I would have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. And sometimes I would even sleep in my uniform because I wouldn't want to wake up or be late for work, right? So I would sleep in my uniform, wake up at 4:30, and then drive all the way to the work that I was at, and then I would literally work at 5. And then from there, 7 o'clock, I would go to college. So I would drive all the way with my bike, my scooter, and I would drive all the way to college. And that's how I would do it for at least 3 years. So I was deprived of sleep for a very long time. So even though I wasn't working any 9 to 5s, I was obviously studying full-time, but also working part-time. And then as I got more advanced in my college, which was musical theater, I then found another part-time job, which was closer for me, and I was a performer and a waiter at the same time. Now, I would say I possibly sucked at being a waiter. Now, I put all my effort into that because I always put 110% when it comes to anything that I apply myself to. And being a waiter, I sucked at that. Me getting orders and carrying those, plates around, not a good thing, but I did that. And then I performed while I wasn't having to serve anyone or any other customer at that time. So I would perform, tap dance, sing, all those things. And so, like I said, I never had a 9 to 5, but when you try to go against the grain or the norm of what everyone else is doing, you're going to have to find yourself doing late hours of work or tedious, physical, laborious work where you are having to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and then arrive and start working at 5, then go somewhere else at 7 till 5 o'clock, and then maybe in the evenings you have to work again. So I would say, looking back at that, we have this idea that if you don't have a 9 to 5, you must be living this glamorous idea of all freedom of time and location. And yes, I have that now, but I never had that before. But it's those moments that I had with having to go from one place to another and wake up early and work really hard that made me so resilient and have a strong mindset that whatever I put my mind to, I can achieve. So if you currently have a 9 to 5 and you want to break away from that and you just look at it in a negative light, I want you to change that mindset and just look at it and be grateful for what you have now, because it will give you that boost to be able to have that buffer to focus on something like a high income skill, and try and balance them both till the high income skill outweighs and gives you that option and choice and freedom to break away from that 9 to 5 that you don't thoroughly enjoy. So try and be more positive about it, and just move towards your actual goal. If you know what your destination is, it's much easier. I knew in some sort of direction what my destination was supposed to be. And I knew I wanted to be successful. I knew I wanted to make tons of money. I knew I wanted to be the highest level self that I can be. But that took work, that took effort, and that took sacrifice. I didn't go out and party. I didn't really go out and have a lot of friends and things like that. And I appreciate those moments because it was those quiet moments that allowed me to really learn about who I am, what type of person I am, learn more about self-confidence, building myself, self-improvement as well, and just going from that. So I am sending you so much positive energy in terms and energy to focus on finishing your 9 to 5 and getting to the goal that you want to, financial freedom, financial time, and obviously financial location or freedom of location. So focus on that. You'll get there if you apply yourself. If I can do it from where I started, I'm pretty sure you can. If you apply yourself, if you're a high level individual and you know that, then these rules apply to you. So no matter where you're starting, start at least, keep pushing, whether you're having to do some weird job that you don't like, keep pushing. You'll get to your goal in the end.